Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. And we are here today to do some sketch sessions. That's the game. We're going to be rolling some dice to determine what the prompts are going to be for this week. And then I'm going to get to it. So let me go grab those dice and let's roll up, see what happens. Dice are over here. Of course, when I say dice, what I mean is die, not dice. Accidentally brought something along for the ride. Okay. So, you should see the studio right now. It's so tidy and clean. We had some artists come by this past Saturday, the artists that are here in residency at the building. And so we had them in to talk to them just about like what Foxy is, talk about things like digital, having a digital presence and living in the digital world that way. And yeah, it was really interesting. It was really fun. But in order to have them here, we cleaned. So it's actually super tidy. Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, Linda. Great to see you both. All right, let's get some dice a rolling here. Let me get my prompt list up. Now it's in here. I just saw it. There you are. Bow. Okay. I'm going to flip to my overhead here. Scooch these guys out of the way. Okay. So we're going to, once again, do animals and plants. That worked really well last week. Let's go ahead and do it. So first, we're going to roll for animals. 11. 11 on animals. Jellyfish or octopus? Hey, hey. A little zoomed in, or yeah, zoomed in. Jellyfish / octopus. And now for plants. 4. Willow or birch? That's going to be an interesting one. All right, Wednesday. Is that a 6? No, that's a 9. Deer or gazelle? And let's go for plants. 16, which is tree fruit. Like an apple or a peach or a lime, lemon, something like that. All right, Thursday. 4. Beetle or scarab? And now plants. 9 again, fern. Great combo. Now let's go for Friday. Nat 20, fox or a wolf? Plants. 8, bamboo. Interesting. All right, Saturday, last day. 19, wildcat. Getting another crack at that apple since I didn't actually do the wildcat last week. And animals. Bird plants. 2, thorny. Ooh. Exciting collection. I like it. Okay. So we got that. We can get that out of the way. The first thing I thought of with the jellyfish or octopus, or the jellyfish slash octopus, this is a tongue twister, with this prompt, jellyfish or octopus plus willow or birch. I was thinking jellyfish, but with like the tendrils being willow branches, something like that. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Okay. What are we going to do? So you asked Saturday. That's Sunday. So it goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, I got 5 days in there. Okay. Jellyfish and willow. Okay. All right. Let me think about this for just a second. Or maybe octopus. I was just looking at an octopus bit of nature documentary this morning. Just like a little bit. I do love octopi. So there's the willow and the jellyfish. Let's just take a quick look at what a willow tree looks like in real life. Okay, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I can work with this. Okay, let's grab a paintbrush. Boom. Let's hydrate our paints. Good morning, Bobby. We have our prompt for today, which is willow tree / birch tree and jellyfish and or octopus. Maybe it's like a giant tree that is also a jellyfish. All right, let's give this thing a crack at it. I guess I don't really need that. Octopus that's a willow. Yeah, there's so many different fun ways to interpret this. Oh. Oh, I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? I'm hovering. Okay. Come on, Shelby. You can do this. Okay. Oh, you know what would be really cool? I don't think I'm going to necessarily do it, but a cool idea. Yeah. Okay. Getting doing an octopus, but the octopus is colored like a birch tree in that it's like white, but it has those like dark eyes on them. That's a cool idea. Do I have my little fan brush? I do. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's good to have. Oh, well, has anyone been up to anything fun recently? Anyone have any fun weekend plans they wrapped up? Salem Willows up in Massachusetts. That sounds beautiful. This sounds gorgeous, Bobby. Sounds like a really fun place to visit. I'm not sure I'm loving this. Bobby, that sounds like the kind of place that would have like good old saltwater taffy. Like classic saltwater taffy. Hey there, Brenda Lee. Great to see you. It was a lovely weekend. Nothing super exciting happened. We went and hung out. We planned on going to karaoke on Saturday night, but the place we went to is having like 3 birthday parties, so we left. But then we went and hung out at a friend's house and had a really nice time. Stayed up way too late. Still dealing with the wet basement, huh? Yeah, Bobby, what you're describing sounds a lot like the Jersey Shore. Not the show, the actual physical place, the Jersey Shore. John's family is from Jersey, so we've been up there, and I've seen the shore, and it's this gorgeous boardwalk, like an ongoing carnival. It's like Coney Island, I would imagine. I've never actually been. It looks like it glitched out on you there, Brenda Lee. That is weird. But yeah, you're right. Every once in a while, it's good to stay up late and just feel like I'm not, the most boring person alive. Because I'm not someone who really tends to, you know, stay out late. I'm not a party animal. And then a third tentacle back here for good measure. Now let's leave it at that. Snowing again today? Oh my goodness. We got a wintry mix yesterday, which was unpleasant. Turning the heat on. I feel like it just looks like the octopus is wearing a lot of watches, wristwatches. I'm sorry they couldn't airlift your dad there, Bobby. I can't imagine taking the ambulance was super fun. Bobby, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad that you could come and hang out with us. Have a nice chill morning. On a completely unrelated note, John and I watched the Apollo 13 movie and documentary this weekend. There's a documentary that came out in last year that's really good, but we watched all of it, and I gotta say, I knew Apollo 13 something happened, but I did not realize how crazy the situation was. I've always had a hard time keeping the different launch missions separate, the different, Apollos and Geminis and whatnot, or as they call them, Geminis. Really? Joe worked on that movie? Linda, that's awesome. Do any of you all remember when it happened? It was April of 1970. So before my time. I also didn't realize how freaking accurate the movie was. The movie with Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon, and I don't remember the name of the third actor, the third astronaut. But that was pretty much almost a documentary all by itself, just a Hollywood documentary. It was super on the nose with what the documentary then said, because we did movie first, then documentary. You remember it, Linda? But you hated living in California. Any particular reason? Bobby, you remember it? Bill Paxton. Okay, that was the name that I was thinking. Bill Paxton. You were 10, Brenda Lee? Like, obviously, I've heard Houston, we have a problem. I've heard it 1,000,000,000 times. It's part of pop culture. I just didn't realize how crazy that mission was. Oh, actually, I was just talking about Twister just the other day. I was just telling, we were talking to some of our friends, and they were asking us about tornadoes because we're from Kansas. And we were just talking about it, and I recounted one of my memories, and it was right after I watched Twister. I was like probably 8 years old or so, 8 or 9, living with my dad and my brother, and we watched Twister. And then as the credits start to roll, we start to hear the real life tornado sirens. And at the time we were living in Oklahoma, but we didn't have a basement or a storm shelter or anything. So my dad just had my brother and I lay in the centermost hallway of the house, and he just put a thick blanket over us to try to. That was all we had. Nothing ended up happening, but it was definitely scary. Like, oh wow, cool movie. Tornado sirens go off. Oh, holy cow, Linda! Yeah, is that all in California? Because if that's the case, I don't blame you one bit for wanting to get out of there. Oh my gosh, the O.J. Simpson slow chase. That doesn't feel real. I don't know. Maybe it's that I'm just getting to that age where I'm starting to really reflect a lot more. But there's so many things that I have simply taken for granted as just true, such as the fact that we landed on the moon. Like I've just known that my whole entire life, never batted an eye at it. Just like, oh yeah, we did that. But it was the craziest thing. I can't imagine like having lived through it. Okay. You're right, Ellen. The truth is stranger than fiction. Well, here's my attempt today. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It just kind of is. Um, it was a good try. I feel like it was a good try. I just, mm, you know, but that's okay. They're not always going to be, you know, knockouts. They're not always going to be perfect. So, um, is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off. And I will see you all later tomorrow for the next sketch session. Um, and final just thought here. We got the April calendar schedule out, done. It's available. And sorry, I just read your comment there, Bobby. Yeah, you're right. I don't have to show anybody. It's fine. I don't mind. Like, I'm not. It just is. It's just one of those days, and I'm cool with that. I've made peace with that a while ago. That there's just going to be some days that are just, but that's okay. We have the April calendar up. You can go see all the classes and everything over on Little Coffee Fox. What? No, on Foxy. Wow, that was an old one. Okay. You can go and see all of the classes for April on foxy.com/live classes. And it's a little bit late this month, I know, but that is because I actually was building out the schedule and outlines and all of that jazz for all the classes through the quarter, so through the end of June. So that means that we should have a nice smooth transition month to month, which has been a little bit of a challenge in the past. We've had a hard time handing off one month to the other and making it feel smooth. So hopefully we will achieve that this quarter. So, oh, Linda, you're already all signed up for them. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. All right, I'm going to hop off. Brenda Lee, good luck with your basement. Bobby, thinking about you and your dad. And I will, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day and take care.